This is week X for the NFL. That's 10 in Roman numerals. What school did you go to?
Same school, Reggie Jackson. Seriously.
That's why you're such a prick. I won't be asking you for your autograph anytime soon.
It would devalue anything you own.
That's right. Guaranteed.
Hey, he is in the Jewish Sports Hall of Fame though.
That's right.
That's true.
So
I
that could
forgot
be a
about
good-
that.
Yeah, I don't even know
That could be a good get for eBay.
eBay. Yeah, give it to Coil instead on eBay.
So week 10, we have the team of myself, the producer, and the office, Ryan, as we're one below 500. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I think so.
The team of the sports betting guru, BKO, and the 5 head of knowledge, Danny D. You guys are what, one game above 500?
Yeah.
That's right. We're on 5 in a row, right?
Whoa.
5 in a row.
That's right. We started 0-4, won 5 straight.
So streaks are meant to be broken, aren't they, though?
Not necessarily.
Hmm.
Yeah, next year we go 0-1 to begin the season.
You're not the 76 Dolphins.
Actually,
I think you're going to go make a 16-game run on it.
it'd have to be 20.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, if we go right over through the Super Bowl, we do 17 weeks, 17 plus 3, 4 weeks would be 21.
No, there were less games in the
No,
season back then.
I'm talking about for us.
Oh, for us. Okay, I thought you were talking about the Dolphins.
No, the Dolphins went 16-0, including the playoffs, because they did play 14 games back then. That's postseason.
But what about carrying into the next season? How many games did they win?
They win the first 4 or 5 or something the following season. I forget.
So they have the longest winning streak in NFL history.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl that year too, 2 years in a row, 72 and 73.
Because Don Shula tells a story when they were on vacation in Maine, and they went into the movie theater, and everyone turned around and clapped, and he's like, wow, these people in this bumfuck town in Maine even know who I am, you know? And he said to one of the patrons, he said, well, I can't believe you know who I am way up here in the middle of nowhere in Maine. They said, I don't know who you are, but they said if another person didn't show up, they wouldn't show the movie.
That's pretty funny.
True story.
Oh, that's pretty funny. He needed one more person to show up at his steakhouse so he could stay in business. That didn't work out.
Yeah. Maybe him and Jorgensen can team up. So Ryan will lead off with the team of myself being a game down as the office. Let's have the pick for this week.
All right, so we're going with Baltimore -7 at New England. Baltimore is just a superior team to New England. I mean, you look at offensively speaking, New England, Cam Newton has 2 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the season. I mean, he's still got the passing yardage that just like same passing yardage as Lamar Jackson, and I think probably like maybe 1 less game. How many? I forget how many he missed due to COVID. But it's the turnovers. It's the turnovers that are killing them on offense. He's got 2 fumbles. I think 1 lost. I think is what I looked at. Big key here this week is Baltimore is the #1 rushing offense in the NFL. They average about 170 a game. New England's defense is the 25th in the NFL. So look for a lot of running. I mean, the leading rusher on Baltimore is Lamar Jackson. He has more rushing yards than New England's leading rusher, but that's not a shock. I mean, you don't draft a fantasy running back from in fantasy football from New England because they mix it around a lot. So, and then on defensively speaking, Baltimore's the 8th ranked defense. So against the 18th ranked offense. So it should be 7 should be no problem. It's probably going to be, I don't know. I think it's what did I see? I saw it here earlier and I forget where it's at. Baltimore averages just over almost 28.5 points a game. New England's 20.8. So I don't think those numbers. I think it's going to be Baltimore is going to score in the 30s. New England less than 20 points. That's my guess. That's my analysis for the week. Well, hopefully I'll have more time to do some stuff now that my coaching duties are done now for the season. So we'll get back off. We'll get back into it a little bit more. The Boo-Roo and the Five Head, they don't have they can screw around at work all day. So
Right.
the producer and I actually have to work for a living. So
Are you actually a good coach? Did you?
oh God, no, my team sucked this year. No, like I have some pretty good players. I have some good players, but I have some players that are just that sometimes they just show up and they go through the motions. And I got some girls that are just not good at all. But hey, it's rec ball, so it's no big deal.
No,
So,
What are their name? What are the names of the really bad ones?
nah, we won't.
no. My favorite
We
story.
won't say who those are, but
No, my favorite story is when Ryan first started coaching the little kids, like 6 years old, and half of them were in the outfield picking flowers and the dandelions from the grass and just throwing them up in the air and sitting around and not doing anything.
yeah. Luckily, I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'd be balder than I already am.
We had a guy when I was in little leagues and we would imitate him, so he would backpedal in the outfield and then he would how do you do it? He would hit his glove. He would watch the ball, and then raise up his glove and it would just go over his head and fall on the ground.
Yeah.
But it looked really good because he's backpedaling, he's hitting the glove,
Was his name Fernando Rodney?
And then he would just pick the ball up off the ground. He got style points. He got style points on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, we got struggles in the outfield on some of the players that I've got, but I have one girl that still doesn't move till the ball gets past her. So and she's been playing for like 8 years, so it's like, okay.
Wow.
It's a lack of motivation. That's what it is. Sometimes they don't want to be there. If they don't think they're in a premium spot, they're not gonna play hard. I know they haven't quite grasped the concept that the outfield play is very important. So
They're also teenage girls, which doesn't help.
Yes. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, let me tell you.
Well, they all get in. They all get a trophy. So
No, they don't.
It doesn't really matter
No,
if you win or lose.
no, we don't do
Doesn't matter if
participation
you win or
trophies.
lose.
No participation trophies here.
Good.
No way. That's not how I roll. You gotta earn it. I got one trophy in 10 years. We earned it.
That's right. I remember you had it in your office.
Yeah.
I do actually have a soundbite of Ryan at one of his games.
I think we became a team today. We became a team.
What the hell was that?
Denny Green.
I think we became a team today. We became a team.
The quote is called "Classic Ditka." For those of you who didn't pick up on that. There was a good one with Al Pacino in the what movie?
Yeah,
was
Any
it?
Given Sunday. That's a good speech.
Any
That
Given
that
Sunday.
speech is fucking good.
I think it's this one. Hang on.
That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is.
That's Ryan Robinson's inspiration.
Oh my God.
Al Pacino.
Who wrote that crap?
Yeah, actually, that got voted one of the best sports speeches in movie history. That and Rocky 6 and Rudy.
How about Will
Rocky
Ferrell's
VI.
speech from
Yeah, Rocky 6 when he's in the they come out of the bar and he's talking to his son. It's just YouTube. It's a good speech.
Well, so you're saying Rocky Balboa? It's not hard you can get hit. It's about hard you can get and stand back up or something like that.
Yeah, that's in the speech.
Yeah, I know. I've seen
It's
it
right
all.
outside Dan. It's right outside Dan's house, by the way. It's
Yeah,
a
it
block from Dan's house. That's crazy.
Yeah, they filmed a couple of movies there, right around the corner. Yeah, a lot of good food in the morning. The best was when the food trucks are there. I could smell the bacon and stuff they'd make every morning.
No, I think it's cool, man. That's one of the most famous scenes, and it's right outside your house. I think it's cool.
Crickets.
For some reason, I love the air horn. Could use that all day.
Are we ready now for the producer just to read from somebody else's?
No, I wrote down some notes today because Ryan and we both hit on the same pick
We did.
miraculously.
Yeah, watch out, guys.
He texted me a pick. I didn't even look at it, and then I hit on the same pick. So look out. This is a great parlay, I think, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We had a very sad week here in Tampa Bay. We're hoping to recover from. Tom Brady lost his jet skis out in the Tampa Bay. They were like 300 yards. His dock was floating out in the middle of Tampa Bay. So we've had a very sad week here with serious losses, and they did bang up on
He
shore
looked awful.
at someone's residence.
Yeah, he looked
So
like a average quarterback.
Well, I gotta say that I just hope the Tom Brady the Tom Brady helmet with the face mask doesn't get upgraded for next week's show because there is some potential for that.
Well, the guy who's answers on the line is the coach. The coach is going to get fired before anybody else. He put that terrible game plan together.
Yeah.
Well, there was an interesting theory floating here that Antonio Brown's presence upset the locker room, and that's why the team took a dump.
I also heard
Last
that
week.
Fernando Rodney was the starting guard for the Buccaneers.
He threw the game.
It never gets old. Though.
No.
I not throw ball good.
Right in the center field.
So reading through my notes, I just wrote these notes down in haste. Just jotted them down. So this is not a good matchup for the Patriots this week. We saw them nearly lose to the Jets on Monday Night Football. And now they have to face one of the best teams in the AFC. The Ravens are coming off 3 close games against the Eagles, Steelers, Colts. I think that's why the number is a bit high here at 7. But the one thing those teams have in common is a good defense. Second, third, and 11th in the defensive. What does DVOA stand for? I wrote that down earlier, but I forgot the acronym.
I think it's one of those like StatCast
Sabermetric.
fancy metrics about defenses and offenses or something.
Do we have any guesses? Defending
Yeah, it's a fancy
something
stat.
offensive something. So the good news for the Ravens is they won't have to.
We
face
lost like
another-
100 viewers in the last couple minutes, by the way.
Oh,
So,
is
but
it
the good news for the Ravens is
DVOA? DVOA?
they won't have to face another good stop until here, and should be able to move the ball however they want against the Patriots defense that ranks 30th, as Ryan already mentioned, against the pass, and 31st against the run, as Ryan already mentioned. I
It's
don't particularly like
Or
Lane.
average.
What'd you say?
Defense adjusted value over average.
Oh, wow. What the hell is that? Why did I write that down? I must have invented that
StatCast
acronym
fancy
tonight.
Numbers.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with a good matrix tonight, and I was like, well, shit, DVOA, that could be a great acronym. I could hang my hat on.
If you could understand
And I
it,
was thinking,
God, if you could
I was-
understand it.
I was thinking, what should I call this? And I was like, it's the DVOA, of course. It's amazing. Now this is going to become a thing with fantasy football and all this. Now that I invented that. So we already mentioned the rankings, 30th and 31st. I don't like laying this many points on the road in the NFL, which is the reason for, not maybe going in so heavy on the bet, but the public will be all over Baltimore in this spot. So bet this as early as you can before this line creeps up. It's already gone from 6.5 to 7. It may creep over that seven spread. So that's what I have to say. So now who's going to lead off with the pick of the sports betting
I'll
guru
go.
and
Dan
the 5 head of knowledge?
I'll go first. So we picked me and Dan picked the Rams. They're at home against the Seahawks. They're -1.5. I don't know if it's changed because I looked at that yesterday.
I think it's 3 now.
Oh, it's 3. Fuck. All right, we're still.
No, it's not 3.
Not 3, it's 2.5.
No, I got
It
the
was
latest here.
1.5 yesterday.
Because I bet at 2 different numbers, 1.5, and then I bet it again at the money line at 3 on that game.
Right now it's going off
No,
at
the
2.5.
official show score is, line is 2.5 right now across the board.
All right, 2.5. All right, that's all right.
2.5.
Well, when I looked at it yesterday and I sent it to Dan, it was 1.5.
1.5? No.
Dan,
Yeah.
was it not 1.5 yesterday?
You talking about playoffs? Playoffs?
Anyway,
It's not 1.5.
Look, 1.5.
yeah, it was 1.5 yesterday. Good job, Dan, for placing the bet yesterday when it was 1.5.
Yeah.
It opened at 6.5. Now it's at 2.5.
Yeah, it was
So it's not
1.5
1.5.
yesterday.
Where'd you get 1.5?
It was
from?
1.5.
Yeah. I was able to bet it.
Nobody has it at 1.5 right now. I can tell
Not
you.
Dan
now.
just put his phone up.
No, this was yesterday.
Yes,
Now
I
it's,
Yeah, he bet it yesterday at 1.5.
Yes, it was 1. That's what I said. Yesterday was 1.5.
yeah, yesterday.
Well, do you realize the line has come down from 6.5 to as low as 1.5, and now it's at 2.5?
Yeah,
So,
it's
we're
on 2.5.
betting on the Rams.
Good job on your pick. Good job on that.
Well, anyway, so basically, I might steal one of Dan's nuggets, but it was pretty good. Dan told me yesterday that the Rams are 3-0 at home against the spread. I thought that was a pretty good stat. Also,
at home. They're actually 2-0 at home against the spread.
that's what I said. 2-0. I thought you said 3-0. You said that.
No, they're 3-0 at home, but they're 2-1 against the spread.
All right, whatever. 3-0 at home, 2-1 against the spread. So anyway, they're coming off a bye, so they've had a chance to get players healthy. Another extra week to game plan for the Seahawks. And me and Dan always, I think every week we always talk about the Seattle Seahawks being the 32nd defense against the pass. They're historically bad in the Super Bowl era. They've given up so far the most yards per game in the pass. So I think the Rams are going to be able to throw the ball on them. Jared Goff and Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. Also, they're getting Darrell Henderson. He was hurt the last game. They're getting him back. He's healthy. So the running game is good to go. And I think the Rams defense is underrated. I know everyone talks about the Colts and the Ravens and the Bears, but I would put the Rams in the top 6 or 7 defenses this year. And I told Dan yesterday that I think Jalen Ramsey's probably going to shadow DK Metcalf. So I think he's going to shut down DK Metcalf. I just think it's going to be a tight game, but I think they're going to cover the 2.5. I could see something like 27-23. But I still think the Rams are going to find a way to win. Especially at home, and especially the Seahawks came off. They had to travel across the country last week, and they had a tough game against the Bills, and they lost. So they're exhausted, and they got to come and play another tough road game. So for all those reasons, I'm going to go with the Rams to cover 2.5. I guess I have to turn it over to the 5 head of knowledge.
Yes. A couple things first here. First, I congratulate that woman who got that GM job in Miami with the Marlins before Brian did, Kim Ning. So
Scott Cool already texted me.
Yeah.
No, Brian was going to be the get back coach where he tells players to get back.
Yeah, he'll be in the shower.
That was his dream job.
Secondly, I see there's a bunch of paper airplanes or something on your table back there, wherever the hell those are supposed to be. Those are dirty tissues or something.
Okay.
But the Seattle's beat up. Their 2 top running backs are out again this week. They're traveling again a long distance from Seattle to Los Angeles after traveling across the country to play the Bills. Their defense is terrible. The Rams are coming off a bye week. They had a pitiful performance last time against Miami, which I think is one of those pre-bye games you see sometimes where teams just tend to mail it in before the bye, so they're already on vacation. But I would expect McVay to get them motivated, ready to go. Some teams, because you can't go anywhere on the bye because of COVID, they have an extra practice the week before the bye, like during the bye, like on a Wednesday or Thursday, they'll have a practice, and then everyone will go back home. So it allows them to fix some things and maybe add a couple new wrinkles. What they're good at, and which a lot of good teams are good at, is making every play look the same, but it's different. They'll bootleg and he'll throw the ball. They'll fake a bootleg and do a reverse, or a bootleg to a jet sweep, or give a different look to the same play. They confuse the defense. It always looks the same. And McVay is very good at that. And I think they take advantage of that defense, like Brian was saying. Their defense is terrible. I know they're getting a couple guys back. Jamal Adams was back last time, but he didn't do anything. He still gave up 44 points to the Bills. So he didn't have much of an impact. And I just think Russell Wilson just can't win every game by himself. It's too difficult. You can't score 40 points every game and expect to win when your defense just gives up so many points and they don't have possession of the ball. So I bet that game on the 1.5 spread, and I bet the money line on that game. It was actually a plus 100 money line on Fox Bet this week. That was the game they did that with. So I can double my money if the Rams just win on that one. I think the Rams are ready to go, and I expect them to win in their empty stadium.
And I have 3 players in daily fantasy on the Rams tomorrow, so I'm definitely rooting for the Rams.
Well, I can win $11.30 if the I think it is, or $9.
If I win my daily fantasy, I can get $10.
No, I can win a total of, where is it? Let's see, 455, and so it'll be $9.55 on that one. I also bet on the Bills too tomorrow. I like that one. I bet the money line on the Bills. I think they're going to beat
Who are the Bills playing?
the Cardinals. Cardinals have lost 2 of the last 3 games at home, I think.
Well, New England is in 3rd in the division. The Bills are in 1st.
Yeah, and I also bet on Miami tomorrow too. Miami is 1.5 over the.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Chargers. They're every game late on a field goal.
Can you see that one? There's my 3-team parlay.
Yeah,
Our two picks, and then the Vikings.
I was thinking about.
No, I would have taken the Bucks on that third parlay.
I was thinking about the Vikings.
The Vikings are playing the Bears, and the Bears are without David Montgomery, who gives them any semblance of a running game. So
Yeah.
Minnesota should kick their ass. The Bears can't score. The
Yeah,
defense is going to be
Dalvin
up to too much.
A team that is known as the Bears.
That guy.
That was me.
There's a stat. He's one of 3 players in NFL history to have over 200 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns in 3 straight games. I think it was Jim Brown and Deuce McAllister were the other 2.
Dalvin Cook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 56 points for me last week.
I know that.
I hope they throw the ball a lot tomorrow. I have to start him in my one fantasy league because Kansas City bye. So
I think they play on Monday, don't they?
yeah, Monday. That's going to be a terrible game, but whatever.
That's why it's on Monday.
Yeah.
So the team of myself, the producer, and the office, Ryan, are picking your Ravens at a -7. If you live in Baltimore, those are your Ravens. And the team of the BKO Sports Betting Bureau and the 5 Head of Knowledge are picking Russell Wilson, Russell Williams,
No.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Rusty Williams.
The St. Louis.
Oh, that's right. You're picking the other team. My bad.
Hmm.
The Rams to defeat Christmas Carol and Rusty Williams. All right. Good luck, fellas.
All right,
We'll
guys.
see you next
All right, good
week.
luck. See you.
luck.
Good luck.
You guys.
All right, see ya.